This is the What's Hot segment, but today's video topic is definitely not. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Samantha, and for today's What's Hot topic, we're gonna talk about something very sad. I previously did a video, 10 dead contestants from talent competition shows. If you want to go ahead and watch that video, I just want to let you guys know that I made a slight error when I said that American Idol contestant Tamika Bush was dead. It turns out that Tamika is in fact alive. She reached out to us and we apologized to her. We want to apologize to you guys for putting out that information. It was definitely a hoax. But there is an American Idol contestant by the name of Tamika Houston who sadly passed away. We did not see her audition on television, but we just want to say rest in peace. And again, we are so sorry for the mix-up. We hope to have some content with Tamika Bush in the future. And for this video today, you guys, we're going to talk about the stories of these 10 contestants, what happened to them. We're also going to talk about their journeys on the talent competition shows. Again, I'm just warning you guys, this is very sad. So let's just get right into it with our first contestant, Leah LaBelle. Leah LaBelle was on season 3 of American Idol in 2004.
So,
she auditioned with the name
Leah
Leah Vladowski, and right away she was a favorite of Paula Abdul. If you just take a look at the way Paula was looking at her during her audition, you know that Paula was a huge fan.
Paula?
I definitely say yes.
Back in the day on American Idol, there was this thing called the wild card spot. And while Leah didn't make it to the live shows on her own, she got Paula Abdul's wild card, and that is what brought her to the live shows. She was eliminated in the top 12, and she really resonated with the audience because she spoke about how her parents had escaped from Bulgaria and they found music as a way to cope from everything that was going on in their lives.
My mom and dad are both famous musicians in Bulgaria. My dad started the first rock band. My mom was a pop star. So when they came to America, they formed a group together. Music was around the house all the time.
Leah had a solo career after American Idol. She was signed to a record label and put out a ton of original music, and people just really fell in love with her. On January 31st, 2018, Leah sadly passed away in a vehicle crash in Los Angeles. Her NBA player partner, Rasul Butler, was driving the car when he crashed and hit a few parking meters. The car flipped over a couple of times before it came to a stop. Everybody was just completely saddened by the news of both of their deaths, and Rasul Butler had a daughter, and Leah thought of the daughter as her own, and it was just very sad that this girl, now her parents are both dead. Everyone from the American Idol community was just so torn apart inside. They rallied behind Raven, the daughter, and they had memorials all over Los Angeles. People were speaking out on social media about Leah's death because she really was someone that we saw as a rising star in the music industry. Fantasia Barrino and Jennifer Hudson both paid their tributes online, and then finally the autopsy reports came out and they said that both Rasul Butler and Leah LaBelle had alcohol and drugs in their system at the time of the crash, and they were believed to have been going 2 times or 3 times the speed limit in Los Angeles, but rest in peace, and it's just really so sad to see such a talent tragically die like this. At number 2, we have X Factor contestant Simone Battle. Simone auditioned in 2011. She sang a Pussycat Dolls song, When I Grow Up. And this is ironic because she has a connection to the Pussycat Dolls that we're going to get to in a second.
What is your name, sweetheart?
My name is Simone Battle.
How old are you, dear?
21 years old.
Are you a real good singer?
I'm fierce.
You are fierce.
Now this audition, Simon Cowell actually said that this was one of his favorite auditions of all time.
What I like about you is that you really are fearless. I think that you are ambitious, which I love.
Thank you.
Simone was previously known because she had some small acting roles in shows like Zoe 101 and Everybody Hates Chris, and everyone just loved her spunky personality. She went on to pursue a music career after competing on The X Factor, where she was eliminated in the top 17, and she became part of the Pussycat Dolls revival in 2012. What an honor to become a member of the Pussycat Dolls. And then after that, she was actually named one of the members of the Pussycat Dolls girl group that came after the Pussycat Dolls. It's called GRL, like girl. And they put out a few songs. They were just this really fun group. It was really exciting to see a girl group. And tragically, I cannot even believe this, in September of 2014, Simone was found dead at the age of 25. Her death was ruled a suicide by hanging. And the sad part about this is just a few weeks prior to her death, Simone and her girl group did an interview on Australian TV, and she was in good spirits. She was bubbly, she was excited, she was happy to be there.
We're a team and we come together as GRL, so we're not focused on the eye. We share the spotlight, we share the lead in this.
And you would have never expected this to happen to someone who is just so happy, but you really don't know what people are going through, you guys. This is very important that you always talk to your friends, make sure they're okay. And I just want to say, Simone, like, rest in peace, girl. Such a good talent that we lost, and I'm really sad about this.
I always remember Simone as being a very positive, kind-hearted person, and she was so driven and so passionate about her career and this group, and she's our best friend.
Our hearts go out to her family, and Simone, we miss her so, so much, and she will always be here with us as our lighthouse.
All right, just for a little change of pace, I know this whole video has been really sad so far, so we're gonna talk about a dog. Yes, you heard that right. At number 3, we have to talk about Pudsey from Ashley and Pudsey. You may remember this dog act won BGT in 2012. They were the season 6 winners. They won the money. They got to perform at the Royal Variety Show. And Simon Cowell said that this was like his favorite dog act of all time. He was a huge fan. Pudsey even had a movie based on him, and the character of Pudsey was voiced by BGT judge David Williams, which is pretty cool. But Ashley announced in 2017 that Pudsey had passed away.
The vet told us he had acute leukemia, and on the Thursday it just got to the point where he couldn't even lift his head.
Really?
He gave me an opportunity that I never thought I would ever have.
Oh, darling.
And you have to see on social media, people were crying. They were so upset because we really felt a connection to this dog. We saw this dog flipping and doing all these tricks on our TV screens, and dogs are a man's best friend, or a woman like Ashley. Ashley came back to BGT the Champions and AGT the Champions, but this time she was with a new dog named Sully. And they paid tribute to Pudsey, but I'm just gonna be real here. Nobody could replace Pudsey because he literally was the coolest dog ever. At number 4, we have The Voice Australia contestant Natasha Stewart. Natasha Stewart came on the show, and her story was just really, really heartwarming because she was battling breast cancer, but she was there for a purpose. She wanted everyone out there to know that if you are feeling some type of way about your body or feeling strange about your body, you need to go see a doctor and make sure everything is okay. That's how she got her diagnosis.
I was 41 at the time, and I thought that was just way too young. But I'm now discovering so many younger women with a breast cancer diagnosis.
So when she came to the show, she performed the song I Was Here, and this was very special because it's a song about never being forgotten. She had a special connection with coach Delda Goodream, who previously battled Hodgkin's lymphoma. The pair had this just very cool bond. They're just strong women, and so it was a no-brainer when Natasha ended up on Delta's team.
I am feeling Delta. I love Kelly. Bye. Love you guys, but yeah.
She made it all the way to the live shows. You may remember that she was competing with Sheldon Riley, who was on AGT. They became pretty good friends competing together. And while there was a break between filming on The Voice, Natasha had a double mastectomy because she had breast cancer.
It will be the last bit of my cancer treatment. I'm having a double mastectomy with immediate reconstruction.
And she came back on the show after having surgery and still managed to perform, which is incredible. The charisma of this woman is just unmatched by anybody else in the competition. She was later eliminated from the competition, and she went on. She used to post on Instagram all the time. She posted that her hair was growing back, just posting covers and stuff. And then sadly, in January of 2020, her family announced that she had passed away. Everybody, and when I say this, I'm not exaggerating, everybody from The Voice Australia spoke out, and they were just saying how Natasha was such a great person. All of the coaches, who, by the way, have worked with her in the past, were singing her praises, and she really just was someone that we truly, truly miss, and we will honor her legacy forever. At number 5, we have such a tragedy. It's Simone Kerr from Britain's Got Talent. She auditioned with B Positive Choir in season 12. This choir was made up of people who have suffered from sickle cell disease or have a loved one who has suffered from it. Simone lost her 6-year-old son Cavell in 2015 from sickle cell disease, so it was really important for her when she joined the choir.
My son's name was Cavell, and he was in year 2 at Leopold Primary School when he passed away. So joining B Positive Choir, it was all about raising awareness, not only for sickle cell, but the need for blood.
They came on BGT with a mission. They wanted to raise awareness for sickle cell disease and encourage people to donate blood. This choir really resonated with Amanda Holden, who has relied on blood donors in the past and credits them for saving her life. The choir was actually the wild card in the live shows, and they came in 11th place. Just a few months after appearing on BGT in 2018, Simone Kerr got off a long shift of work. She was a nurse at a hospital, and she went over to her boyfriend Desmond Silva's house. Desmond Silva was an Iraq war veteran, and the pair had a very on-again, off-again relationship. And that's when tragedy struck. Desmond maintains that the two got into an argument, and he grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed her, authorities say, over 70 times. She was found dead, and it was just complete sadness felt all over the world, because we had this woman who was dedicating her life to help people, to help sick people. She was a nurse in a hospital, and here she was tragically murdered. In his call to the police, in his 911 call, he said that he was suffering from mental illness, and that's why he committed the crime. While he admitted to manslaughter, he did not admit to murder, but the jury ultimately found him guilty, and he is in jail for a minimum 21 years. Of course, we still feel Simone's presence with us today. She was such a bright light, and like we said, the choir was doing such great things for the world and people suffering from sickle cell disease. At number 6, we have a bit of a funny contestant. It's Norma Clark from Britain's Got Talent, who is also known as the Rapping Grandma.
My name is Norma, and I'm a rapper. And I'm a 70-year-old woman, and the idea of actually doing this is to bridge the gap between the young and the old.
Norma Clark auditioned in season 1 of Britain's Got Talent, and you might remember her because she was just pelvic thrusting on stage, and she performed an original rap. Okay, she was the coolest elderly woman I've ever seen.
I was rapping and tapping outside the store. The crowd gathered round and yelled for more. My body was a-popping, went from a shop.
Her rap was super cool, and Amanda Holden and Piers Morgan totally loved it.
I'm impressed because you remembered all those words. I couldn't remember any of that at my age.
Well, I should remember them, sweetheart. I wrote them.
Norma, you might be old, but you're not past it.
No.
I think you're a great inspiration.
Thank you.
So much so that they completely disregarded Simon Cowell's red buzzer that he gave her, and they said yes, and they put her through to the next round. Unfortunately, we did not see her make it to the semifinals. That would have been totally awesome because, like we said, this is the coolest old woman ever. Just to be clear, she was 70 years old when she auditioned. I've never seen an old woman working the room like this, you guys. She was totally awesome. She did not make it to the live shows, like I said, but she went viral for a video where she was rapping in the back of an ambulance, which is really interesting. But in 2019, her family came out and said that she passed away from a heart attack and kidney failure. But they also wanted to make it known that being on BGT, Norma wanted to take the money if she had won the show and open up a community center for kids. And I think that that's awesome that she had such big hopes for herself. And like I said, I think she was the coolest rapper of all time. Rest in peace, Norma. And at number 7, we have to talk about Janie Cutler, who was on Britain's Got Talent.
Meet 80-year-old mum of 7, grandmother of 13, and great-grandmother of 4, Janie Cutler.
She auditioned in 2010 when she was 80 years old, and this singer was incredible. She said she was there simply because she liked singing. Janie said that also her mission wasn't to be a star or to be famous or anything like that. She literally just wanted to sing and had a hobby and wanted to see what would happen when she went on Britain's Got Talent. And she had this adorable personality and a huge voice. She made it to the live shows, to the final, and she was in 9th place in the entire competition. I think that's pretty cool for someone who's a little bit older than the rest of the contestants. In August 2011, at the age of 82, Janie passed away in her sleep. Her family said that this was so unexpected because she was happy and healthy. They said that she had previously battled a virus a few weeks before, but that she was feeling better, so her death truly just was completely shocking to them. Before her death, though, she did get to record some original music, which is pretty cool, again, because singing was her hobby, and this is just something that she wanted to do, and we will be playing that music tonight and honoring Janie's memory. At number 8, we have Michael Johns, who was on season 7 of American Idol in 2008. You might remember Michael Johns as the Australian heartthrob of the season. Every girl had a crush on him. Every guy wanted to be him. The judges were obsessed with him, and he just was a singer that made you feel good when he sang.
You were tired, and you want to be free.
He struck up a pretty great relationship with music producer David Foster. They were good friends.
Awesome, man. Michael Foster, thanks, guys.
He appeared on the Real Housewives series, and he came in 8th place in the competition. He also put out his own album called Hold Back My Heart in 2009, and he had a pretty booming music career. A lot of people loved him still even after the show.
I really, really like you, and I think you're going to do very, very well in this competition.
Yeah, when he was 35, he suffered a leg injury, and then he tragically passed away. While many people assumed that the leg injury was responsible for his death, toxicology reports and autopsy reports reported that that was not the case. They said that Michael actually had a fatty liver, which was to blame for his cause of death. The coroner said that he had dilated cardiomyopathy, a condition that affects the flow of blood to your body and causes your heart to enlarge.
I remember just what a great guy he was, what a kind guy he was. When I think back throughout all the many seasons and all of the contestants, he stands out to me. So we'll always remember that about him.
Moving on to number 9, we have to talk about Beverly McClellan, who was on season 1 of The Voice. Okay, her audition of Piece of My Heart was like the coolest thing I've ever seen on the show. She had this rocker vibe, she had a strong voice, strong personality, and ultimately she ended up choosing to be on Team Christina Aguilera. Their partnership was awesome, and Beverly really thrived in the competition.
That was great! But am I surprised, Beverly? No.
I've never done that before. That was a pretty cool song.
She made it to the final 4, but to be honest, she was already an established music artist. She had 5 albums out before she even came on the show. After the show, she was touring, she put out more music, and was just honestly one of the most memorable contestants to me. She had like that bald head, she had tattoos all over her body, she was wearing leather. Honestly, loved it. In March 2018, Beverly revealed that she had stage 3 endometrial cancer. She performed her final show on March 24th, 2018, just a little bit after revealing her cancer diagnosis. In October of 2018, she died at the age of 49 years old. This is just one of those deaths that rocked the Voice community. I remember so many people from The Voice, the coaches, were posting on social media about how much Beverly's loss has really affected them. She was such a force on the show, and we just hope that she rests in peace.
We want to remember a very special person in the Voice family. Finalist Beverly McClellan absolutely blew us all away with her powerful voice on our very first season of the show. Beverly, we love you so much.
And finally, at number 10, something that is very raw and recent, we have to talk about Nikki McKibben. She was the season 1 American Idol contestant, made it to the top 3 of the competition, and just recently passed away at the age of 42.
What's your name?
Nikki McKibben.
Nikki, what are you going to sing for us?
What am I gonna sing? I forgot the name of the song.
You forgot what you're going to sing?
I recently did a whole What's Hot video on the death of Nikki McKibben, how she died, the legacy she left behind, and how the American Idol community reacted to her death. Definitely go check that out if you want to find out all the details. Alright guys, I know I said it a million times and I sound like a broken record, but this video was just very sad and emotional. So maybe to lighten the mood, comment down below what are some of your favorite performances that these contestants have given on talent shows. Also, if you want to prove me wrong, which I hope someone will do, and one of these contestants turns out to actually be alive like last time, let me know down below. This is the one instance where I would be happy to be proven wrong, because death is it's just so sad to talk about. These videos are not easy to make, and just comment down below. Let me know if I missed anything or anyone else that is a deceased contestant and you want to honor their legacy down below. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @SamanthaX373. And while you're on YouTube, you should hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Follow Talent Recap on all social medias, and head over to talentrecap.com because we have all the scoop on talent competition shows. I'm Samantha for Talent Recap, and thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Well, I think you should hit that subscribe button down below, and then we can talk.